Hi guys, this is Vishal here from Trapcode. So in this video we will understand how to update a particular field of a record or a collection item using some simple events, right? So we don't want to create a form and then update several fields. We want a very small thing. Let's say I just want to update a particular record or update a particular field. So how that can be done? So let's see. You can always do it by creating a form, a pop-up, or redirecting you to a new page. But let's say I want to update something on click of a button. I don't want to create complex forms or pop-ups or new pages altogether. I just want to hit some button and it should do the thing. So let's see how this can be done. So I have a collection called product. Okay, it has name, description, image, price, shipping charge, and then whether the item is sold out or not, and the shipping status. So with this single click of button, you can actually update the status or drop down fields, or you can mark it as true or false. You cannot change the value of text or number, or you cannot change price and all these things, because these are a good example to be done through a form or through a model pop-up. But if you want just to change the status, mark some flag, then it makes sense to do it through a button. So that's why we support only drop downs and boolean field for update through a single button without creating form. So let's see how it can be done. So let's say I create a button and say mark shipped. Okay, so this is one button. Let's say mark in transit. Okay, I'll change the button color to say 88. Okay, and let's say I added one more button, mark cancelled. Okay, I'll change it to, okay, so I have created three buttons. This button will mark the product as shipped, this will mark it in transit, this will mark it as cancelled. And let's add one more, sold out. Here we'll change the class to info. Okay, so this is it. Let's go and see how this looks like for now. So we have products, some data, and then these buttons which we created. Now let's go and create the events which will be binded to this button or to these links so that they do their action. So I'll go to my events and click create event. So we'll have to create separate event for all of them because these are all different buttons. Okay, so let's say the first event is mark sold out. I'll go in here. Now I'll go in the collection, I'll go to update collection field. So this is the event which we use to update a single collection field, and it works for boolean and drop down values, whether static option, dynamic option, or a reference field. So I'll say choose collection. So collection is the product. The value will come in the form of ID, and here you actually say that what exactly you want to do. I'll choose sold out, and I'll say it will come from event. So it can come from a record, or it can also come from a dry field. So this we'll cover later in other videos. And I'll say mark it as sold out. That's all. Can I save it? And maybe after that I can display a notification. Let's say marked sold out. Or maybe after that we can just reload or refresh the table so that it shows the updated data. So I'll go to navigation and I'll say refresh section. I'll choose the page which is home page, and I'll choose the table which is the table. So it will mark the product as sold out and then reload the table. Okay, so similarly let's go and create one more event. Here let's say we change the status. Okay, mark as shipped. Same thing, we'll go to the event, we'll add an action to update collection field. Which collection? Product. How do we identify? From the collection UID. In here we'll say shipping status. In the value, you can see these are the values which we gave while creating the collection schema, right? So I'll say mark as shipped. Okay, and that's all, and saved it. Similarly, we can create for mark in transit, mark cancelled. So I'll quickly create those events also. Okay. Transit. After that, I'll basically okay. So we have created 4 different events. So basically we have created 4 different events which will just update a particular record and then show some message and then reload the table. Right, so now let's go and bind these events to those respective buttons. So I go back to my home page. So in mark shipped, I go to the settings, go to this event and choose mark as shipped. So this button will mark the product as shipped. Similarly for mark in transit, I'll say mark in transit, mark cancelled, I'll say mark cancelled, and this is sold out. In the event, we'll say sold out. We'll not do anything else, we'll just say do this. Okay, now let's go and open this page. So these are the products and these are the statuses. So as of now, there are only 2 products. Okay, so let's take a look at P1. So P1 is currently sold out false and status is shipped. Okay, P1 is sold out false and status is shipped. So let's mark it as sold out. So what it will do, it will change the status from sold out no to yes, show a message and then refresh the table so that we can see yes here also. So let's do, it has marked it as refresh the table and then the status is yes. So this is how it is working. Let's try to change the status. So currently it is in shipped. So let's say I want to mark it as in transit. So I'll click it, in transit, and the status is in transit. Now let's say I want to mark this cancelled. Cancelled. Let's say this one I marked as shipped. Nice. In transit. So it's a good game. So this way you can actually see that you can update the status, update the values, or set to some fixed values or numbers of a record without creating a complex form. You just go create an event, see what exactly you want to do, and it will do it. So this is much useful when you are working on a project management tool or a CRM. You want to just change the status of something, then it's a just one click single step, right? I hope this is clear now. See you again in the next video. Bye bye.